In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil sight beware my power, Green Lantern's light. DC Multiverse, Batman Earth 32, and Green Lantern up next on T's Multiverse. Welcome to T's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and I've been looking forward to this one because I'm ready to add Hal Jordan to my DC McFarlane collection. Finally. I've been waiting for this character for some time. I know we've been getting so many other characters within the DC McFarlane line. We got that John Stewart figure, and I'm like, man, Hal Jordan has to be coming soon. And then maybe a Sinestro figure, I feel, at some point or another. And sure enough, we have him. However, Todd did it again. Todd. So in order to obtain Hal Jordan, you have to purchase this 2-pack. And this particular set includes a character that had already been previously released. So here lies the issue with this Earth -32 Batman. So if you have him already and you want Hal Jordan, you want to wind up getting him again. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. So you got to get them. I have them. And I'm happy. I'm happy that I got this 2-pack. I'll figure something out in terms of how I utilize this extra -32 Batman. We'll see what happens. But I'm really happy that I have Hal Jordan finally for this DC McFarlane line. I'm looking forward to cracking these two open and looking at them. Though all in all, I will say that this still makes for a great set, whether you have the Dawnbreaker character or you don't. So when it comes to Hal Jordan, so we're going to talk about him for a bit. For the longest, he's never been my top Green Lantern, as John Stewart has held that spot for some time. I followed him, and I really like what they did with him in the Justice League, the animated series, and I liked him in the comics as well. But over the last few years, I've grown to appreciate how great of a character Hal Jordan is. And if you're on the fence about Hal Jordan, I definitely recommend that you read Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Sciver's Green Lantern Rebirth series. It ran back in 2004-05. I have a link in the description so you guys can kind of look that one up and see whether or not you want to check it out. But it's an awesome book, man. I mean, chances are you'll walk away being a bigger fan of Hal Jordan, or if you're on the fence, you'll understand why people love this character the way they do. He's pretty bad. He's awesome, man. And then another one that I recommend for Hal Jordan is an animated movie. And this particular animated film is titled Green Lantern First Flight. It was done back in 2009. God, just to hear 2009. That's so wow. And we're in 2021. Almost in 2022. But yeah, let me get back to review. That was an awesome animated film. And that's another one that really shows you just how great of a character Hal Jordan is. So now for me, Hal Jordan is like, it depends on what day you ask me. If you ask me one day, I might say Hal Jordan, then John Stewart, vice versa. Both are amazing, awesome Green Lanterns in their own right. I will say this, Hal Jordan is definitely a standout Green Lantern for me. I mean, just everything I've read over the last few years and seen, man, this guy, he's something else. And most notably, you get to see just how powerful Hal Jordan is when he goes up against the Dawnbreaker himself, or Earth -32 Batman, whichever one you want to call him. The two go at it, and it's just an insane battle between good versus evil. You get to see just how powerful the Dawnbreaker is as well. So really, really awesome story, folks. I definitely recommend that you check that out as well. This set contains two very different Green Lanterns with various ideals and motivations for sure. You have Hal Jordan, who stands as this force for good in the face of fear and those who seek to spread evil. But then you have the Dawnbreaker, or Earth -32 Batman, who is the exact opposite. He is the embodiment of evil and darkness and seeks to spread those things wherever he goes. And this darker Batman is based off the Dark Knight's Metal series, which is an extremely interesting and entertaining book. I mean, there's so much that's going on that ultimately impacts the entire DC universe in the end, which creates yet another story arc. So this is definitely one I recommend also. So this negative Earth 32 Batman is an alternate take on the Batman that we know, yet things take an alternate turn for the worse, to say the least, as you will see. With this particular Batman from Earth 32, his parents are killed, but after his parents is killed, this Bruce is filled with so much anger, so much rage, no direction, yet he's chosen to bear the Green Lantern ring. And when he's given this ring, he accepts it, but upon accepting this ring, he seeks to go kill the individual who murdered his parents. The ring does not want to allow him to do that. There's this defense mechanism that's attempting to prevent him from doing this, because you cannot use the ring for those purposes. Yet Bruce Wayne's, this shows you just how powerful Bruce Wayne's mind is. He had so much willpower. Ultimately, he overloads the ring's defense mechanisms so that he can move forward in utilizing the ring's power however he wanted to do so. Now there's no stopping him from doing whatever he wanted to do with the ring, which is absolutely insane, man. That's crazy. An evil Bruce Wayne with the power of a Green Lantern ring is absolutely a bad combination for anybody that seeks to stand in his way. So he started this whole reign of terror across Gotham, killing all its villains. He killed Commissioner Gordon, who stood for good, but he questioned his motives, and then Commissioner Gordon was killed. And then he took on the whole entire Green Lantern Corps and pretty much killed all of them. These actions caught the attention of the Batman Who Laughs, another alternate version of Batman, who's a mixture of the Batman and Joker, who's hopping from one multiverse to another in effort to create this dark multiverse team of Batman to basically take over the universe. So that's where we're at with this negative Earth 32 Batman that ultimately takes on the name of the Dawnbreaker. Okay, now folks, let's finally get down to it. Let's examine this box. Let's finally crack it open so we can take a look at these figures. So let's get to it. All right, so here with this set, we're treated to a much larger display packaging due to it being a set. Here through our display window, we have this awesome image of Hal Jordan versus the Dawnbreaker or Earth Negative 32 Batman, as well as the rest of the accessories that this set comes with. You have the diorama and some weaponry and whatnot here on the side. Batman, Earth Negative 32, and Green Lantern. Here on the top as well, we have DC Multiverse. On the side again, Batman, Earth Negative 32, and Green Lantern. McFarlane toys. And we have here on the side, Batman, Earth Negative 32, and Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. And on the back, we're treated to this wonderful image of Hal Jordan versus Earth Negative 32 Batman. And then we have here on the bottom other figures that are released through this brand as well. All right, so now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's finally get this guy cracked open. All right, so now I have both figures as well as all of the accessories out of the packaging. And man, I gotta tell you, for someone who collected the Superpowers collection back in the day, what a time that we live in where we get figures such as this, man. These figures look awesome. First and foremost, we're gonna take a look at this wonderful diorama piece here. This diorama piece looks awesome. I love that translucent green. Here it looks like this is some sort of a rock formation for Hal Jordan to be placed on. But if you look closely, you see there's some sort of a missile, which looks really awesome. I don't know if this is a missile or some sort of a spacecraft, but it has the Green Lantern logo on it, which is really cool. And here on the side where you place the Dawnbreaker or Earth Negative 32 Batman, it looks as if it's some sort of a creature, some sort of a tail from some space creature. And there's like this chain that's around it. Very interesting. I love these dioramas. It's the highlight to these two sets or these two packs. I like this and it looks cool. Of course, you can use this anywhere with any of your figures, but you know, you definitely want to try to put it with your Green Lanterns because it definitely goes with the Green Lanterns. But this looks awesome. Then we're gonna test, not test, but we're gonna look at here the Earth Negative 32 Batman. And he comes with the translucent bat construct, which looks amazing. The detail is extremely impressive. I really like this. Again, I'm no stranger to this because I've purchased them before, but man, this looks awesome. All right, so yeah, he looks great. And
Of course, we come with the DC McFarlane display stand. I'm collecting a lot of those, as well as the standard DC McFarlane collector's card for our Earth -32 Batman, which looks pretty cool. And then on the back, we're treated to the data file. And here over to Hal Jordan's area, we are treated to this jetpack, which looks pretty awesome. You see the little blast effect that's coming out right here. I like that. Really detailed. Here, I love the Green Lantern logo on the back again. They brand all their items. Really cool. Man, I like this. Can't believe I got Hal Jordan. And then we have this this is a little boxing glove construct for Hal Jordan to knock out his opponents. Oh, I love boxing. So this speaks to my heart here. So I love this. Look at the detail. Look at the straps underneath, like here, to represent the boxing glove. I like that, man. Wow. Oh, I was wondering, I say, is there a logo, Green Lantern logo on this glove? And here it is. I like that, man. This is cool. And then here with Hal Jordan, he comes with his DC McFarlane's collector's card. And on the back, you are treated to his data file. And of course, he comes with the standard DC McFarlane display stand. He's the reason as to why I wound up collecting the Dark Knight Metals figures, because I was so impressed with this Batman figure to where I was like, man, I want to collect the rest of these guys. And I have everyone except for the Grim Knight Batman. That one is very difficult to find, and I refuse to pay scalper prices for that one. So that's the only one I don't have. Extremely impressed with this figure's design overall. He really looks so awesome. To tell you the truth, looking at both figures, he's the most detailed out of the two. I mean, look at the attention to detail here with the little cords and connections throughout the cowl that's attached to the back area. The designs here. I mean, he looks just as if you pulled him out of the Dark Knight's Metal cartoon. Not the cartoon, but the Dark Knight Metals comic. I mean, this guy looks phenomenal. And like I said, I was like, okay, I'm sold. I definitely want to get the rest of these guys. And as I read more on the characters, I was like, yeah, these guys, I definitely want to get a hold of all of these characters. Excellent job with all those origin stories for the various dark metal Batman characters, especially this one here, man. Really looks awesome. Look at that. Look at the detail in the face area. It's like it's scowling. He's killed enough people to look this way, man. He looks awful. But this is how he looked in the comics. They captured all that. Hopefully my camera will focus. Yeah, that looks awesome. DC McFarlane, I tell you, they do not hold back or cut corners on the sculpting or anything associated with bringing these characters to life. I mean, it just looks awesome. So let's check out his articulation for the Dawnbreaker or Earth -32 Batman. And I know right now here it may be a little limited due to the sculpting again for these figures, but you know, let's see. So he can look up a bit, not much at all. Down, definitely can look down with no problem at all. He can go from side to side, no issues. Again, look down, up and away, can look up a little bit. And let's check his arm articulation. He has bicep swivel, which is really cool. And then he also has double jointed elbows, added articulation, sweet. And then he has really nice wrist articulation, along with the impressive sculpting. DC McFarlane figures are well articulated, I will say. And then here, he has some upper torso articulation with side to side. He can go all the way around with no problem. So that's cool. Let's check out his ab crunch. He can go all the way down, no problem. Again, with all of the sculpting, man, this guy has pretty solid articulation. I mean, there's none in the waist here, but here in the upper torso, he has really good articulation. And then let's check his leg. He has really nice leg rotation here. He can do the splits with no problem. And he has double jointed knees for articulation as well. All right, so let's test this construct for our negative Earth 32 Batman, this bat construct that he has effect. And here we go. Looks really awesome. All right, I just wanted to make sure I showed that on screen. He has his dark willpower at play on. I mean, cover his face. He's like, don't cover my face, man. There we go. So really solid figure, man. I really like this. I'm no stranger to this figure as I previously purchased this one. But man, this is a really, really awesome DC McFarlane figure that you can add to your collection, man. Very happy with this guy. So he passes the sculpting test. He passes the articulation test. He passes the cool looking test. So this figure is definitely a win-win, even the second time around. And here we have the star of the show, Hal Jordan. I've been looking forward to getting this guy, man, and he looks absolutely amazing. I'm gonna take a closer look at this guy. He has the detail throughout the costume here. I love this character, but I really wish they would have maybe stayed with a more smoother look for the figure. Give it that just more classic costume look. This is more of an armored, Green Lantern figure, which we're probably going to see in the movies at some point whenever they do get enough courage to make a Green Lantern movie. But man, this guy looks awesome. The face sculpting looks amazing. Very impressed with how this figure looks overall. Again, we got the little armor sculpting throughout the costume, which is very detailed. Looks awesome all the way down to the boots, man. Look at this. The boots, the details. Again, DC McFarlane, they never cut corners on the detailing with these figures. Even look at the gloves. I mean, they did not. I mean, everything is just so detailed to the T. The sculpting here in the hair, the face. You just see Hal, man, it's just, his willpower is at an all-time high. He's ready to take down anybody that threatens the cosmos. One of the founding members of the Justice League. And then, of course, he has this attachment here for his backpack. I'm going to attach it here. There you go. Oh, this looks so awesome. So cool. And then, of course, you got the Green Lantern emblem. It just jumps out at you here off the chest with the way they sculpted it. Extremely impressed yet again with this DC McFarlane figure. And then here we have the boxing glove. Man, I like this. So I will definitely be utilizing this with my Hal Jordan. Let's see if we can get this on his hand. It's tight, so let's hopefully. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Boom. Mama said knock you out. Yeah, I'm old school. All right. Yeah, this guy's awesome, man. This is a win. Let's take a look at his articulation. All right. So here he can look up. No problem at all. There's no sculpting holding back his articulation there. Looking up to the skies. And he can look down with no problem. He can go side to side. All the way around. Then he has awesome rotation within his arms. He has upper bicep rotation here. double jointed elbows for that added articulation. Here we have awesome articulation here in the wrist area. No problem. A little tight up in here, but hey, I mean, you're just gonna be posing them. I don't know. And so here we have upper torso articulation. We have some rocking here with no problem. We also can go all the way around. We have here ab crunch. He goes all the way down. This guy is awesome articulation on this guy here. He can even go, he does have waist swivel. Even with this, all this sculpting here, it lifts. There's another piece here to where he has some really solid articulation here as well. And then he has some awesome articulation here in his leg area. I don't know if he can do the split though. He can go like this. He can do that. Man, he's flexible. And he has double jointed knees. He can go all the way back. No problems at all. And then let's take a look at, last but not least, ankle articulation. Go all the way down, up, side to side. He has toe articulation for that added touch. And no boot swivel. But overall, this guy is solid, man. Very happy with this figure. So happy that I finally got a Hal Jordan. Just seeing this guy just takes me back to when I had him as part of the Superpowers collection back in the day. Man, this guy is awesome. And again, you know, for anybody, everybody has their Green Lantern. You know, there's people who think that Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern, John Stewart, Kyle Reiner, you know, there's others that like Guy Gardner, you know, there's Jessica Cruz. There's just so many for people to take to and dive into as fans, which is awesome. So there's a Green Lantern out there for everyone. And I love Hal Jordan, man. This guy looks awesome. Definitely nailed what he is all about. Strength of will and that determination to win against evil. All right, so I'm gonna pose Hal so he can close out this segment here. He's gonna call forth all the power from his ring with his unshakable willpower. There we go, Hal. Beware my power, Green Lantern's light. All right, folks, it's comparison time. And here with both my Earth Negative 32 Batman as well as my Hal Jordan Green Lantern is yet another Hal Jordan in my DC Direct New 52 Hal Jordan Green Lantern, which is still an amazing figure in its own right. Still love this Hal Jordan. So we have a gathering of the Lanterns, part 1. And here is the photo op that I have been looking forward to, along with my Earth Negative 32 Batman, as well as my Hal Jordan, is the DC Multiverse John Stewart, who looks absolutely amazing. Man, I so hope that we get to see one day these two in a film together, both Hal and John fighting side by side in the cosmos as well as on Earth. All right, so Hal may just need to call in a little backup with these two flanking him. So along with Earth Negative 32 Batman, as well as Hal Jordan, is my DC Essentials Sinestro figure. Yet another impressive figure within my DC collection. Really like this guy. And here with our Lanterns is another awesome DC McFarlane figure in the fastest man alive, The Flash, as well as one of Hal's good buddies. And here with the Lanterns, I have Hal Jordan's best friend, the Emerald Archer himself, the DC Direct Crisis Green Arrow. Love this Green Arrow, folks. Looking forward to the DC Multiverse version of Green Arrow. Stay tuned. And lastly, I have the fantastic looking Gorilla Grodd from DC Multiverse. Wow, this set serves as yet another home run for the DC McFarlane brand. I think it's awesome. The Earth Negative 32 Batman looks great. Even getting him again I can appreciate all the detail and the sculpting that went into bringing this character to life. He looks amazing. I love the diorama pieces. I love the rest of the accessories that these figures come with. Hal Jordan, I mean, what can I say, man? This guy looks amazing. I would have wished that they would have added some fists with this figure, because he does clench his fists when he utilizes his power ring. But other than that, man, this figure looks absolutely awesome. Really impressed with the sculpting, the detail, everything that went into bringing him to life. He embodies everything that Hal Jordan is, and I absolutely love it, man. I couldn't be more happy to have finally added this guy to my DC McFarlane collection. This brand continues to impress me over and over again, and I anticipate it will continue to do so. Well, it seems as if Earth -32 Batman has went ahead and called in some backup, and even with that, Hal has absolutely no fear at all. He's ready to go at it with these guys. But with that, folks, I got a feeling Hal has some backup coming of his own. So stay tuned for that. But folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the review. Huge shout out to all my subscribers. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. I'd love for you to join Team Multiverse. Hit that like button. It will really help push the channel forward. Smash that bell notification so that you're notified when my videos drop. And if you did all that, I really appreciate it. And until next time, folks, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And let's hope that Hal makes it out of this, which I'm pretty sure he will. Till next time, folks, beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Talk to you later. Bye for now.